Well, during the previous G7 summit, there were reports that President Biden and Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau would discuss the border situation between our two countries. But when it comes to an actual reopening, it is still very much a work in progress. The country's leaders have been talking and commercial traffic continues to rise a bit, but reportedly no deal for travelers with a lot of COVID restrictions still in Canada. Ron Plants joins us now with the latest.
The border booths operated by the inspectors and offices of the Canada Border Services Agency are going to be largely quiet for a while yet, with an ongoing hold since March 2020 for any entry by U.S. citizens not deemed to have essential business in that country. Reuters and other news agencies report there were border discussions between Trudeau and Biden at the recent summit meeting. However, Canada is still holding back as it waits for more of its citizens to be vaccinated. Despite prodding from U.S. politicians like Senator Schumer and Congressman Higgins and others, Trudeau maintains he must put the safety of his country's population first. And, quote, now is not the right time to travel. And Ontario province just restarted outdoor dining only and is only lifting travel restrictions with neighboring Quebec province this week. That's like traveling from New York to Pennsylvania.
There have been, throughout the course of the pandemic, restrictions on kind of interprovincial travel.
This Canadian Border Services official did say when the border reopens, it might take extra time to determine vaccination status for U.S. travelers seeking entry.
And it will certainly add time to the crossing process. So having to validate that piece, if it's a manual validation, like you say, then that could take some additional time. Where either government decides to go in terms of kind of a digital credential, potentially, I can't speak to any of that.
New York State, of course, has been pushing the Excelsior Pass, and we do have vaccination cards. So otherwise, can we expect relatively easy entry when the border does reopen?
Figuring out how that's going to look once restrictions start to ease, how that process will work between the two countries, I don't think there's been a decision on that piece yet.
All right, thank you, Ron. We're also told that some people have tried to sneak across but are sent back with warnings that their boats could be seized with fines. The border closure will technically expire June 21st with some optimism of a July reopening.